This might be the best game I have ever watched. I have never seen anything like this. Bills 41, Ravens 40. And it wasn't just a high scoring game between two electric offenses, two juggernauts in the AFC, but it was the way that Buffalo won that really takes this game over the top. And it takes it from being a great way to kick off Sunday Night Football, a great game to have in prime time week one, it catapults it into being one of the best games we've had in recent memory. Perhaps the best game that I can truly recall watching. I mean, man, if I want to go back to something like this, I got to go back to that Rams-Chiefs game back in 2018. You don't get a game like this very often, and this was incredible to see. So, let's talk about how Buffalo won this game and what made it so special. For a lot of this game, especially as we were coming close to late in the fourth quarter, Baltimore seemingly had it steadily in control. They were up 40-25 with about 6 minutes left, and to have it be not only a two-possession game, but a two-possession game that requires a two-point conversion, or else it becomes a three-possession game with 6 minutes left, that seems almost insurmountable. And to that point, the Ravens have been playing an incredible game. Lamar Jackson looked really efficient, but really the star of the show was Derrick Henry. And number 22 is breaking the NFL. In the modern league, running backs at his age, who have had as many carries as he has had, are not supposed to be as good as Derrick Henry still is. He broke off a huge run at one point. He had 101 rushing yards in the first half alone. Derrick Henry was something special this game. And going into this year, it just constantly feels like, hey, maybe this is the year Derrick Henry finally slows down. Because he's breaking every single norm that we have about a running back. But he doesn't slow down. He only seems to get better with age. He has not lost his burst. He has not lost his acceleration. He has obviously not lost his size. Derrick Henry is still playing as good a game of football as he ever has. And that's truly special at his age. In the workload that he has had throughout his career. And then another star for the Ravens here was Zay Flowers. He was, last year, the Ravens' first ever Pro Bowl wide receiver, and he proved why he got that mark tonight. He was like a true, undoubtable number one wide receiver. This was an incredible game from Zay Flowers, and an incredible game from Derrick Henry. The Ravens were rolling on offense. But as the Bills got the ball with 40-25 on the scoreboard, they were still holding on to the hope that they had, that they could come back. And it didn't seem likely. It didn't seem likely one bit. But if they did score a touchdown here, the game was absolutely over. This gave them just a glimmer, a shred of hope. And the Bills drove down the field, and they scored a touchdown to make this a one-possession game. In one that was still a very much a far shot, but just a little bit more winnable. Even still, they needed a little bit of a lucky break if they were going to be able to pull this one out. Because with just a few minutes left, the Ravens, they had a good chance at running that clock out and winning. But that's not what happened. Instead, Derrick Henry, who had been having a great game, fumbles the ball, and it goes back to Buffalo. And not only does it go back to Buffalo, they're in good position. But 2 consecutive touchdowns and then a field goal to win the game led the Buffalo Bills to an improbable victory. And calling it improbable would probably be an understatement. With 4 minutes and 48 seconds left, the Baltimore Ravens had a 99.1% chance of winning against the Bills, according to ESPN. But the Bills scored 16 points in 4 minutes, and that fourth quarter, it was 22-6 in their favor. And they needed that to come back against a dominant Ravens team. What a win it was for the Buffalo Bills to be able to come in your opener and show this kind of grit, this kind of determination to win in the face of a juggernaut in the AFC, to prove that you deserve to stand amongst them as one of the best teams in that conference, as one of the best teams in the NFL. That's a huge win for the Buffalo Bills, and one that I think has the ability to really propel them. Because even in spite of that deficit that they already had some great moments. Khalil Shakir, he looked really good. It seemed like him and Josh Allen, they really have a connection. They trust each other. That is his guy. Keon Coleman had some incredible catches late. And it was a game to remember for the Bills, because it means that even when the going gets tough, even when they are down with a 0.9% chance of winning, they can still come out the other side the victors. It reminds me of the Chiefs when they went on that first Super Bowl run, the way that they kept coming on comebacks, and no matter how far you had them down, no matter how late in the game it was, they found a way to win. I think that is carrying over to the Bills now. They have that same kind of trait about them. As for the Ravens, I think you're okay with this loss. This was, of course, another top team in the AFC. This was a game that you were in steadily in control for most of it. And I think you're happy with the performances from Derrick Henry, from Zay Flowers, from Lamar Jackson. But obviously, you could very well face this Bills team again. And if that happens, you want to make up for the mistakes you made late in this game and find a way to win next time to hold on to that lead. In any case, what a game this was to kick off the NFL season, to kick off Sunday Night Football. One of the best games I've ever watched. And if we are lucky, this may very well not be the last time the Ravens and Bills face off this season. Because when the playoffs come around, these look like the two best teams in the AFC.